What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the round 4 Showdown show here for the PGA Championship. Some big names up top. I'm joined by one of my good buddies here tonight, AP, filling in for Kurt. We've got some big names up there. Koepka, Hovland, Bryson was up there too. I was trying to get some action on Brooks versus Bryson today. Nobody would bite. Smart people out there, but how's your team looking heading into Sunday here?
Yeah, I mean, what an awesome day. I actually I was caddying for my son, little golf tryouts. Rough day for him. And this dude, it's just so funny. He's like me. He just gets tilted out there on the course. Like I could tell he was frustrated because he definitely didn't have it. We all know that feeling. Out there, golf can be tough, and it's just you got to control your emotions. And when I look at this leaderboard, it's like it's wild. We all knew Brooks Koepka would be up there, or at least we thought he would be up there. The price tag was really nice on DraftKings. It's just like in hindsight, it's crazy when you think back to the Masters. He was in the 7K range, and DraftKings was smart. They bumped his price way up. You got studs also like Corey Connors, who's just been an absolute machine up there. Victor Hovland. Like the ball strikers are up there, and then you got some bombers, and then you just got the studs and Brooks Koepka, Scotty Scheffler, came back today, but he's up there. Rory, we all know what Rory can do on Sundays. So like this sets up to be a really fun day for tomorrow, and I think it sets up to be awesome in showdown formats too. So I'm really excited to break this down with you, Snyder. We have no idea where Kurt is. I mean, who freaking knows where Kurt is? Kurt, you donkey, you were supposed to be on the show. Like, where are you at, man? Get in here, grind, find the winners. Let's go, Kurt.
Yeah, how about my the soldier? We got a soldier in the top 5 heading into Sunday as well. Hopefully he can climb his way up there a little higher. Justin Rose was a guy I had as a soldier this week. He was under 10%. He's one of those guys just out there absolutely grinding the last few days, which I thought he was a guy that could grind these tough conditions well. I think he's going to be a guy we'll talk about here soon, too, to make 3 or 4 or 5 more birdies tomorrow again. But, yeah, we can kind of dive into this if you want. Start leaderboard style. We'll go from the top down. Kind of make some hard stands up here at the top, and then find 1 or 2 winners we think is going to win this. So we'll start this off here. Let's just talk these top 3 guys first. Which guys you're going to play? Usually I pick one of the top 3 to 4 guys and then fade the other guys. Personally, I'm going to keep riding my guy BDB. I got an outright on him. Hopefully he can close the door here. And, I mean, man, he's finally healthy since January. He said January was the first time he's been healthy in 2 to 3 years. I mean, how many majors would this guy have if he never had that ACL injury or that bad knee injury he had there? I think he's a guy that could have 6 to 8 majors at this point, yet let alone he's only got 4. Looking for the 5th here. What's your take on these top 3 guys here?
Yeah, top 3 guys. We got Brooks Koepka, Victor Hovland, Corey Connors, I believe is who you're talking about. And look, a lot of weeks. So we've come off these weeks where you get birdie fests. And when you have a birdie fest, like where you have someone that can come from behind and win, like you can make – You can get crazy. You can fade a lot of these guys. Like it's just you can add like these top guys, the guys that are in the lead going into Sunday always have higher ownership in round 4. Doesn't matter if it's a birdie fest. Doesn't matter if it's a major. Hard scoring. They always carry the most ownership. The problem with this week is this course is set up brutal. You love to see it. It really reminds me of a U.S. Open. Like if you were just to remove everything and you were just to watch the golf, I would tell you this is a U.S. Open hands down. Like PGA Championship, usually you see scores in the double digits. We're not getting there. There's like no way. Tomorrow is the best day. It looks to be the best day when you factor in weather. Today was absolutely brutal. I think it did get better for the leaders because the rain started to die down and the course was somewhat soft. It just, I mean, this course is brutal. It's tough. You love to see it. Now in Showdown, I have to go away from what I usually like to do. I usually love to fade the guys that are in the top, the Koepka, Hovland, Connors, those guys. I love to auto fade them. I don't think you can do that. I think you got to play at least one of them in each lineup. My preference is your boy, Brooks Koepka. he struggled on round 4. He struggled on Sunday of late. Like when you go back to the Masters, he just couldn't get anything done. That changes. I think before the show, when we started talking, I think you hit the nail on the head, Snyder. Like, this is a course that sets up for Brooks Koepka, not a course you can go super low on. Maybe they set it up a little bit easier tomorrow. Who knows? I just think when you look at Corey Connors, he's been a machine at avoiding bogeys. I just think if he starts making a couple mistakes, I see him having like a +2 type day is kind of what I see from Corey Connors tomorrow. He just hasn't shown us that on Sundays. Corey Connors is a legit talent. I'm tilted. I don't have more of them in my my main slate player pool, but it is what it is. Victor Hovland is kind of the wild card. This is a guy that he's admitted he's come out and he's been too aggressive in some of these majors. But when you look at him talk, like I was just watching his post-round interview, the guy's fearless. And, and that's dangerous when you're talking about majors. Is he ready, though? Can he get it done there next to Brooks Koepka? I don't know. Out of those 3 Snyders, if I had to play one, it's Brooks Koepka. I could definitely see him. I could see him not running away with this, but I could see him having a steady round where he shoots maybe 1 or 2 under, and that could be enough on this course to get it done.
Yeah, I agree.
Kurt, what are you doing? We're waiting for you, man.
We send messages.
Get me tilted.
Yeah, I definitely am right there with you on Brooks there. I think Hovland's a guy that I think he's going to kind of struggle a little bit. I'm only going to play one of these guys as well. I think Connors, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think he has like a +2 day tomorrow, so I really like that call. I'm going to be off of Hovland as well. I mean, the short game just scares me too much with Hovland. And you look at Brooks the last few days, I mean, he's just been absolutely dialed across the board. Day 1, he was a little wonky with the irons, but the last 2 days, the irons have been absolutely dialed in. He's got the short game dialed in. He's just got that swagger back, and I think this is the big boy course that we are waiting for to unleash him. So I get kind of reruns of like U.S. Opens and such that he's won. I think he's going to take this over. And kind of to circle back about the weather too. It looks like the morning guys are going to kind of have the brunt of it again. I'm seeing sustained winds of like 15 miles an hour early with gusts to 20 to 25 miles an hour early. And then right around noon, the winds kind of die down. What's that?
It's also colder too in the mornings. Like that's a huge factor with all of this. Like all of that adds up and factors into it. So Snyder, I think you're spot on with the weather and how it's been impacting this tournament.
Yeah, and then you look at the temperatures. I think it's going to be one of the warmest days of the 4 days too. They're going to have highs in the lower to mid 70s tomorrow with winds 9 miles an hour with gusts to like 13 to 14.
What's the temperature like in the morning? Because it's been cold. It's been like really cold out there through 3 rounds, basically.
Yeah, it's still going to be low to mid 50s in the morning, so it could be like a 20-degree difference.
When you factor in the wind, then you get a little wind chill difference there. So
I think it could, like the real feel could be 47 to 50 degrees through those first 3 hours, 7 to 9, 7 to 10 a.m. And then it starts to warm up at around 11 a.m. It starts to creep into the 60s with 1 p.m. when the leaders are going to be going off. It's going to be low 70s. I mean, they're going to have the absolute cream of the crop weather. So I think we do need to focus a little bit more on guys up near more of the top of the leaderboard. Like I'd be looking at tee times right around that noon to 1 p.m. Time slot to try and select the majority of my golfers from. But we can dive down into these next few guys. We'll just finish out the under par guys. The next 4 guys: Bryson DeChambeau, -3, Justin Rose, -2, Scotty the Kid, -2, and then your guy Rory right there, -1. Finish out these last 4 guys, and then we'll dive into the guys over par and such. But what's sticking out to you here the most? I think Scotty's going to be really low owned tomorrow, especially after that round today. 11-2 is a big boy price tag, especially if you want to fit Brooks in with Scotty. That makes you go down to that 6K range a couple times at least. So what are your thoughts for tournaments and such, trying to maybe jam in a Scotty to bounce back tomorrow, or play your guy Rory there at 10-1? Or
Yeah,
10-2.
so looking at this group, and just to put like my final touch on the top 3 guys, here's what I would do. So for Sabre members over at Run Pure Sports, I would create a group with Corey Connors, Hovland, and Koepka, and I would say no more than 2 of the 3. So you're excluding one of those. Now going down to this next group, I love how Bryson's playing right now. I think Bryson he's been one of the longest off the tee, and he's been one of the most accurate. And I know you're not going to like this at all, Snyder, because you hate Bryson. But how can you hate him? This guy is all about health. He's like lost a ton of weight. He still has the speed, the distance, and all of that. He's just Snyder. He's like you. He's what's your saying? Like one more? Like he's doing one more. I see that book right in the back there with our boy. Who wrote that book?
Ed Milet.
Ed Milet. Yeah, I see that right there. When you look at Bryson, he's 8,400, and with how good he's playing, he's live. I think Justin Rose is he's been playing just so good, and he has the short game to get it done. The interesting too is Scotty Scheffler and Rory. Scotty's 11,200 on DraftKings, so naturally that's going to cap his ownership right there. He did not look good today, and honestly, like. He hasn't, so I'm pulling up his stats, and when you look at tee to green play, he's still been decent tee to green. He's been, with Scotty Scheffler, it's just he needs the putter. It's the same story. And he had chances down the stretch too. He had some birdie looks, and when we talk about birdie looks, it's like you're talking 15, 20 feet. Scotty needs to make those putts. The one guy that I just, whenever we think of a standard Sunday, it's always Rory. This course seems to be somewhat soft. You have to think all the rain there today is going to keep it, maintain generally a little bit of softness there. All of those things help out Rory. Rory is just, I think he's just primed to like make a run. I could see now when you look at that front 9, it's tough. The front 9 is brutal. They're like the whole course is brutal, but you get little stretches. You get a stretch at the start. Then you get to 6. 6 is absolutely brutal. And then you get that middle, those middle few holes on the back 9 too. I could just see like Rory, if he's 2 or 3 under, going through that, back stretch, and these other guys that are a few groups behind them, maybe they're hitting one of those rough patches, looking at the leaderboard and stuff. I could see them struggling. And I could see Rory is always a momentum guy. You can tell how he's playing by how he looks out there. He's always bouncing around when he's playing good. And when he's playing bad, you can see it on his face. You can see it on his, his overall demeanor, his body language, everything. It's just he's looking down. He's just not that Rory that we're accustomed to. I think if he starts off fast, he could get it going. Scotty is just the guy that, the price makes it really difficult. I think his ownership has to be somewhat capped at 11-2. People do love playing Scotty. He's 4 back? He's live. Mm-hmm. I think Rory 5 back. I think he's live too, especially if you think, we all think Brooks Koepka probably has around, 1 over to 2 under, I would say is kind of his range. I guess if you go back to the Masters, he got off to a rough start. Maybe if Brooks Koepka gets off to a rough start, he could come back 2 or 3 strokes. But really, Rory needs to go 4 under, 5 under. It's just
I think he needs to get 7 under. I think 7 under wins this tournament. Probably 8 under, but I think 7 under is the score you need to get to.
Yeah. So in this group, though, in this range, I like Rory. Scotty's tough. And then Rose and Bryson, the price is really nice. I want one of those 2 in my lineups. So again, I'll go back to SaberSim. I'll create another group, and I will say at least have one of these 2 in my lineups. Like I would love to have Bryson or Rose in one of my lineups. I just think I want to be top heavy, and I want to go all in on these top guys because it's so hard to come from behind. And that's going to be part of my strategy. Part of my strategy is going to be creating groups just to get the right mix and match, the right combination of all of these guys up top that I can.
Yeah, I'll bring you in here in a second here, Kurt.
Kurt, what is going on in the background there? I hear all this muffling stuff.
I'm in shambles, bro. I'm in absolute shambles. Can you hear me?
I mean, it sounds like you just it looks like you just woke up from a nap. I mean, we had this mojo going, and Kurt like sleeping or doing something. I mean, Kurt, do I need to kick you off? What's going on, man?
What do you mean? I'm about to get winners. What are you talking about?
Let's go. I want to hear these Kurt winners. Then I want to hear the Kurt winners.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys handled the top because it's really hard for me not just to say Bryson, honestly. And then yeah. I guess what range are you all on right now? I heard you talking about Justin Rose, so I guess you're still at the top 10.
Yeah, we're talking Bryson down to Rory. The last 4 guys under par here: Bryson, Rose, Scheffler, Rory McIlroy.
I mean, like Rose is still losing off the tee for the week. I just don't know. I'll keep playing Rose too. Rose and Brooks are my guys up here, and then who else did I like? I got it sorted wrong. I was kind of hoping y'all were lower already, but actually, I don't hate Justin Suh tomorrow. I don't know what the ownership. If the ownership's high, then no. But like the offense, he's not been bad. I wish he was a little bit cheaper. But like AP just said, placement points are so freaking big tomorrow that if like Suh goes out and shoots like a even round, maybe 1 over, he gets those top 10 points. But that's just so huge. And it's going to be lower than that Connor. Maybe Connor's like blows his shit and then Sugg is like 2 strokes lower. That's what I'm looking for there. Yeah, so that probably completed for the range, and you guys can cover the rest. I like some of these mid-tier guys.
Yeah, you're kind of hitting AP about Rory starting out fast. I thought he was going to do that today. He starts out 2 under through 5, gets it up to -2 early. I was like, is Rory going to make one of those Saturday runs here? And then that tough stretch, 6 through 9, he played that tough stretch, a 3 over par, which just eliminated all that momentum. He did get some back on the back 9, but I definitely think we could see a Rory backdoor T2 or T3 coming tomorrow. That definitely wouldn't surprise me at all. I think he needs to shoot at least 65 tomorrow to win the event, which is in his full wheelhouse there. I mean, if he can get everything rolling there, I think he's definitely right there. I'm going to play Justin Rose with Brooks in pretty much all of my teams. I think I'm going to key those 2 up top. I think Rose is a guy that's going to go out there, keep battling. 8,100, still a cheap price tag. I think he outscores Connors, Hovland, and Bryson. So I'm going to pair those 2 up as my 2 mainstays starting blocks there up top. I think Rose shoots 1 to 3 under, somewhere around there, 1, 2, or 3 under par tomorrow. Puts up a solid score for us in tough conditions. We'll be going out pretty late, so I like that. And then we can kind of dive into let's cover a bigger range here now. We'll go even par down to +1. There's about 10 guys here in this range. We can kind of mix it up here. My guy Michael Block, the PGA professional, out there grinding. The dude says he's lucky to hit like 1 bucket of range balls a week, and he's out there battling. Shot even par every day. I think he's got another one of those even par, maybe even -1 rounds tomorrow. I think he's going to be matched up with Rory, it looks like, just leaderboard style. I think it's a great matchup for him if he can go out with Rory. I think that's some good mojo. Those 2 can get going off. And then Justin Sue is right there, even par. Tommy Fleetwood, good option there. And then you got like Eric Cole, +1, 6,700. Shane Lowry, Minwoo.
Kurt, hold on. Kurt, mute yourself real quick. You got this like muffled like deal going on in the background. It's freaking killing me, man. Just press mute, you donkey. Press mute. There you go. All right, thank you. Oh my gosh.
I muted him.
Oh. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah. Oh, my ears were just like I already had like I'm already tilted from the golf course. Like my son was giving me the most evil looks today because trying to help him out. We all know that look like. My son looked like he wanted to kill me. I'm trying to give him some advice. We all know that, like how it all goes, and he was not having it at all. But keep going, Snyder.
Yeah, so we can dive into these guys at 1 under. Jaeger's the guy that I think I'm going to be off Jaeger here. He gained over 3 strokes putting today, lost approach. I think that's the guy I'll probably be off in this range. I don't mind Fleetwood. I think Fleetwood's the guy that's going to go out there and continue the battle. He's been doing good pretty much he's done better every round. He shot 72, 71, and then today he fires a 68. So I think he's trending in the right direction. I think Fleetwood goes out there and shoots like another 68 tomorrow. and that's going to be a really good score for 8,500. So I like kind of going to Fleetwood there. AP, what are you looking at here? Even par down to +1, guys.
Yeah, I mean, see a few comments in chat, and it's like, you can claim every golfer and claim you got the winner if you play every golfer in the field. I mean, if that's your strategy, then that's your strategy. I know it is some people's strategies out there. It's not ours. Snyder, I know you were on Brooks Koepka. I know you were on him heavy. We were on him very heavy on our free show as well. So what's this range again? What range are we on? Because now it's where it gets really tough. Yeah. And it comes into scoring. Like even Patrick Reed, I like playing Patrick Reed, but are you really going to get the birdies out of Patrick Reed? You're going to get he's going to grind out pars. That could be enough, but I still want those guys that are going to be gunning there for birdies. And I'm just not sure Patrick Reed has the ball striking, the tee to green game to get it done. Eric Cole, I think Eric Cole is interesting. If you're Eric Cole, what is it? So if you get T15 or higher, you get an invite back.
I believe it's
Cole, T10 or better.
Yeah.
Eric Cole is right on the edge there. I mean, he could definitely bring it and get it done as well. Minwoo Lee, he's such a beast off the tee. Here's what I'm going to do with this group down here. I'll go back to SaberSim and some of the settings that we can create. I'm going to create a big group, and I'm just going to set some rules. I don't want too many of these guys comboed together. But if you look at a few of them, like Shane Lowry, I made fun of him in Discord when Big T and the premium show when they were talking about Shane Lowry. I'm just like, Shane Lowry's looked terrible. There's been nothing good about Shane Lowry this season. What happened? What happened? He looks good this week, and that's just how golf goes sometime. I could get behind Shane Lowry in showdown formats with how he looks. I mean, his tee to green game has been fine. He's always been a good iron player. Tommy Fleetwood. The thing I love about Tommy Fleetwood, I have a ton of them in main slate stuff, but every part, this is the type of course, a grinded out course that fits Tommy Fleetwood really good as long as his tee to green game is there, as long as he's getting off the tee. He always has the short game. He's always been good around these greens. So Tommy Fleetwood, another guy that's going to be in my pool. How low down are you going against Snyder?
Just a +1, even +1. Then we'll kind of dip into the next 10 to 20 guys. But,
I got ahead of myself. So yeah, for me, I think Eric Cole is interesting. I think Tommy Fleetwood for sure is interesting. I can't play your boy Michael Block. I get it. He's looked like an absolute stud out there. Not a care in the world. Eventually, the pressure gets to you.
Yeah, I could.
And Sundays, that happens all the time. And the same thing with Jaeger. Jaegerbaum, I love Jaegerbaum. He's a staple, a guy that we play a lot. I just don't know if I can get there. Eric Cole, though, I believe it was the what Florida track was
it might have been
Arnold Palmer.
He was
was it the Honda? It was the Honda. He was there down the stretch. He's been there in that role on a Sunday where he's in that, he knows what that pressure feels like. Obviously, it comes from a golfing family too. I like Eric Cole. I think for me in this range is Shane Lowry, Eric Cole, Tommy Fleetwood, and I'm fine cutting a bunch of the rest.
Yeah, I really like that Shane Lowry call too. You look at the stats. I mean, he was great with the irons today, +175 with the irons, and lost almost a stroke putting. So he just fits that metric perfectly for us. Kurt, I'll bring you in here again. What do you like in here? Even par to +1, guys. You can.
I got to make one more comment. You got to love that people are coming here to watch this because the other people out there, obviously it's a weekend, so no one's working. So, anyways.
Oh my God, I just got what you meant. But hey, I took care of the sound, right? Y'all can't hear anything.
Yeah, you sound fantastic.
I think
now,
it's good
Kurt.
now.
I love to hear it. Let's go.
The fucking fan on, bro. My bad. One thing, I like Cole. I think he does have a little experience, and for 6,700, I'm really willing to find out again. But I will take one claim from you, AP, is I understand there's a little bit of more birdie upside, but how much more birdie upside does Lowry and Fleetwood have over my boy Patrick Reed? Is there that much more birdie upside there?
I need Patrick Reed tomorrow. I got some really nice lineups that are way out there. I need him. And so it's like, can I play him in Showdown? No, I got it. If I fade him in Showdown, I hope it helps out my main slate lineups. That's just how I'm thinking about it.
totally with you on there. I do the same shit. I won't do it for every single player, but I'll definitely zone in on one spot. So I like that you're doing that. Eric Cole, yes. Fleetwood. These guys are just gonna plod. They're just gonna fucking keep plodding their way to a top 10. Like it's gonna happen. So I'll keep playing him. I prefer Reed's my favorite. I'll probably core him again tomorrow. He's been good to me. We're going down to +1, right? This isn't that big of a range.
Yeah, correct. There's
Definitely
about 10
not playing-
guys there.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing Michael Block, but it would kind of be cool to see him shoot another 70. But hopefully, no one has it and doesn't fuck my money up. But yeah, I'm prioritizing the 3 plotters, man. Patrick Reed, Lowry, Fleetwood here. Minwoo's been. I tell you what, he's been scoring. He's been scoring, man. But I'd rather take Thigala, who I like more as a scorer. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, sounds good. We can dive into this next range.
Real quick, Snyder. I was so wrong on Thigala, and Kurt, you weren't listening, and I must not have been listening either. But Thigala's 300. We're not even to that range yet.
Oh, I know. I said we get to it later, but
I was so wrong on him though. I was talking so much shit. Like he's been good, man. He's been really good.
If I'm picking one guy that I want to go out and be my scorer per se, instead of Minwoo, I'm going to pick Thigala. That's what I meant.
But Kurt, real quick. Sorry, Snyder. I keep interrupting you. My problem with Patrick Reed is he's gaining all of his strokes around the green and putting. His tee to green has been terrible. It's been terrible. I know. Man.
Hey, don't let him gain strokes approach. Don't let him do it tomorrow. I watched that Kevin Millar Red Sox thing earlier. Said, don't let the Sox win tonight. That's Patrick Reed tomorrow. But don't let him gain strokes on approach or you are fucked. You're done.
Right. Yeah, we can dive into this. Let's go +3, or +2, +3, and +4. There's about 20 guys in this range, 2, 3, and 4 here. I really like Cameron Davis at 7,700. He was good on the greens putting the first 2 rounds, and today he lost 2.5 strokes putting. I think he finds the putter again tomorrow. He was lights out with the irons today. Was one of the top guys for strokes gained approach today, +2.6 today. I really like Cameron Davis to bounce back tomorrow. He made a couple bogeys coming down the stretch there at 17 and 18, but I think he's a guy that can bounce back good tomorrow. Anything else from go back to you first, AP, here, +2, +3, and +4. There's about 20 guys here in this range. A lot of 7K mid-range type plays here. And then a guy like Cantley at 9.4. You got Hideki there at 8.3. You got Terrell Hatton there at 8.7, who played all right today. He shot -1 from Hatton. So he's been playing better the last 2 days, 68, 69 after that rough 77 to start the event for Hatton. So what do you like in here, +2 through +4?
Yeah, so I like a couple things. If you're multi-entering, you definitely want to set some rules. You don't want to be over exposed to a couple of these guys. Like Sepp Straka, 7,200. He's +3 right now. He's been awesome on approach. He's gaining almost 3 strokes on approach. He's always been a beast off the tee too. One of my boys. He's always going to be my boy with the win at the Honda, I believe. And this course just kind of sets his game. He's beast off the tee. And when his approach is on point, he's always good because he's always been a decent putter. So I like Sepp Straka. The problem is he can get himself into some trouble around these greens, and this is a difficult course around the green too. So that's why I want to cap my exposure to him. Same with Adam Svensson. So I want a mixture of your ball strikers and guys who are just playing pretty good right now. Adam Svensson, he's always been a really strong ball striker, good iron player. I think this course sets up well for him. What is a realistic expectation of him tomorrow? I think maybe an upside of like 2 under. And what's his downside? I think 6, 7 over. And that's kind of how I think about all of this. And so I want to put a cap on all of these guys in this range that I think could absolutely blow up. Who are those guys? I think it's Svensson. I think it's Sepp Straka. Who is someone that is more of a safety net type of player down here? Someone that's reliable, someone that we've played a lot. Ryan Fox is that guy. 7,300. He's 2 back. Or I mean, he's 2 over right now. This guy is just a machine, it seems like, of grinding out rounds. So I think Ryan Fox is another really good play. I don't think I can, like, where I struggle with is like Patrick Cantlay, 9,400. He's going to get a lot of ownership because it looks really attractive. I think when you look at the name value and just who he is, But really, if you're Cantlay, you're looking at this and you're like, I'm way out of this. Like, unless I get off to a really hot start, what is the motivational factor there with Cantlay? That 9,400, I would rather have more shares of some of these guys up top, the Corey Connors, the Brooks Koepka, the Hovland, those guys. And so that's why I'm going to be under on a guy like Cantlay, whereas I would rather take the 2,400 of savings with a Sepp Straka. I think Thigala is fine. Svensson is fine. Really like Ryan Fox. But I'm capping my exposure to these guys. I want to set a hard cap on them. So if I'm running 50 builds in tomorrow's MME contest, I'm probably going to cap them at 20% each. And I might also create a group there. I think you could do that as well. You wanted us to stop at the 3 overs, right?
4.
You can dip into the 4s if you want, if you have anyone there.
So I think you could say the exact same thing with a guy like our boy Chris Kirky. He's 6,800. I like the value that you're getting there. I just struggle with Tyrrell Hatton, 8,700. So what I'm looking at, what's the opportunity cost of sacrificing the placement points up top in Bryson DeChambeau, who's 8,400, Corey Connors, who's 8,200, for a Tyrrell Hatton down here, who is priced at 8,700. I can't play him over those other 2 guys with how this course sets up. So that's what I'm doing down here. I like the value in this range. I don't like the higher price guys down here. And I got to play. Well, Keegan really hurt my feelings today. I thought he was primed to set up to win at this place. Had a really bad day. I don't know if he recovers. I don't want to chase it either. That's one thing to do here. Don't chase. Yeah. Definitely don't chase. Once you get down in this range, it's like, man, it can get really bad in a hurry. We saw that all day today. That's why I want these top guys that are going to grind it out. And Snyder, you mentioned that yesterday in the playbook, which I thought was really great. Got me on Brooks Koepka and made Showdown awesome. Yeah,
for sure. Kurt, anything you like here? Plus through +4. We got right around 20 guys or so in this range. What's your top targets here?
First of all, I love this range, and I'll kind of reiterate what AP said. You don't want to have a lot of guys in this range, but I have a hot take. I think this 2 to 4 range, I think the optimal lineup in large field GPPs tomorrow will be 2 guys from this range. 2 guys, I obviously have a pool, but that's my hot take. 2 of these guys from this specific range, I'll even say like 3 to 4. There's going to be like 2 of those guys will be the optimal range. And for me, like the Straka call, little Asian love here. I like Kitayama and Hideki here. Hideki 8,300. Wasn't bad to me today. I know our boy Drew's on him all week, so I'll ride it even tomorrow. Thigala can score. And Killer Keith Mitchell been on him all week, and I'll follow that. And that's a couple of the guys I like in this range, and you guys kind of the rest. I really like Straka too for my pool. Short and sweet.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of like some Cameron Smith maybe as like a large field tournament play. He played well today. Both of his bogeys today came from a poor around the green play, and that's usually his bread and butter there is a short game. So maybe he's a guy that goes overlooked at 8,900. I think he'll be under 10% if you're looking to in that large field $25 or 20 or 15, whatever they got rolling tomorrow with like the 50K or 100K to first. I think he's an interesting option for that. But yeah, I'm pretty much in lockstep with you guys here in this range as well. I think Cameron Davis is going to be my favorite upside play of this range. I think he's a guy, if he can get that putter rolling again like he had the first 2 days, I think he's a guy that can go out there and shoot 2 or 3 under par here for 7,700. We can and let's go 5 over and 6 over. There's a ton of guys here tied at 5 over and 6 over there. A couple of guys here I was on in the main slate. Xander's right there. Morikawa's right there. Morikawa must have fell apart today down the stretch. Yeah, I mean, he bogeyed 4 of his last 6 holes today, so rough scene there. I wasn't on him this week, but always rooting for the guy there. AP, what are you liking here in this range, 5 over to 6 over?
It just, as we get down and the further we go, it gets dicey because your placement points are far less. You're relying on scoring, bogey avoidance. Anyone that could go through and have like a bogey-free round and make a couple birdies, they have a chance of being optimal. But that's just so difficult to do. What I think, it really depends on what your strategy. If your strategy is multi-entering, if you're maxing a tournament, this is where rules can come into place, and you can set some high-end exposures, create some group rules. You can do a lot of different things, to manage that. If you're building one lineup or a couple lineups, it gets really dicey down here. If you have a read on one of these guys, you can go with it. But where I've made mistakes is again, chasing someone like Dustin Johnson. I thought Dustin Johnson would be among the leaders. He had the opportunity today. He went backwards. He had a really bad day. I think
DJ was.
What was that?
On the Thursday show, Uncle T rolls up saying he's got a huge outright on DJ up near the top, and then ever since then he's like died.
Oh, just throwing shade at Uncle T, Snyder? Just because he's probably not watching? I have
a lot of DJ, too. He's on one of my main teams. I was on him overweight this week, so that's been definitely hurtful there.
It was same here. Same here, too. I had some teams up there in the Millie, and DJ, come on, man. But, again, the mistake that I've made too many times, and so we all learn from our mistakes, I chase these plays, and you got to look at the pricing. 8,800. It almost sucks you in because you're like, oh, I could play DJ down here. What if he goes backwards? You stand no chance at all. So that's why you have to be really smart. You got to cap. I think you got to cap at a track like this. It's different at Birdie Fest. At Birdie Fest, anyone can be optimal. It's just I can't see it being the case. So you want guys that are going to grind it out. For DJ, if he was a leader, would he grind it out? Yeah, he would. Since he's not in that leading group, is he going to grind it out for us? No, I can't see DJ grinding it out. Like, he won last week. He got $4 million. He's already given him, a huge bag. Like, what's his motivation? I just am not seeing it. Just to get better? Like, no, I don't see it. Xander, again, it's the same thing. And so for me, all of these guys get ownership. They all do. And how I view it is I'm going to just X them out. I can make a case to play some of the value guys. I think Mito should be motivated. If you're a live guy and if you're a value on here, you need finishes. Like, you need those points. You get no other opportunities to get them. And so what's his chance? Like, what would he need? He would probably need to go 3 under, 4 under to even get close to being maybe top 10. I don't even know if that would do it. Harold Varner, same thing. I could see Harold Varner just, trying, because he just seems like the guy that, the type that would. But then, like, there's Ches Reavie, too, who, Ches is, like, he's a ball striker. He doesn't hit it far, but he goes tee to green. And I could see him churning out a round where maybe he makes 1 bogey, 2 birdies, maybe. Is that enough to get it done? If you have a round in your 6K, and if you make all pars, a bogey, 2 birdies, maybe 3 max, like 2 under seems a little bit thin. Could Ches Reavie be in an optimal lineup with your guys up top? Maybe he could. Mm-hmm. When you look at like DJ and some of these other guys who would have to go 3, 4 under, 5 under, it just doesn't seem likely that they would. Maybe Colin Morikawa, your boy, maybe he could. What I'm basically saying, Snyder, is down here, I want to be really careful. I want to make a lot of cuts. I want to make sure I'm not grouping 2 or more of these guys together in any one lineup. I just don't see it being optimal. So I'm going to be under on a lot of these guys. Am I going to fade the entire range completely? No. I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to pick and choose who I'm playing.
Yeah, I agree there. Permanently there with you. Like a guy like DJ, I don't think he's going to go out there, and I don't think he's a guy that's going to try and grind to make an extra 50K or something out there. He's probably in the sheets with Colin.
Extra 50K. What? Liv paid him $200 million? An extra 50K. I hope we get an extra 50K tomorrow. That would be fantastic.
Definitely. I like the mid-range here, guys. So I think at HV3, he's the guy that can go out there and grind for something. I think Alex Smalley at 6-1. He made 3 or 4 birdies today. I think he can go out there and make 3 or 4 more birdies tomorrow at 6-1. That really opens everything up for you. If you want to play like a Scotty Brooks type lineup, you plug in Smalley, and that's definitely allows a lot there. Sam Stevens is the guy, 6,900. I think he's a guy that'll go out there and battle strong. I mean, he shot 3 over today. He shot all right round one. Round one was his best round. Today he kind of struggled early in the rain, and then makes a couple birdies on the back nine. I think Stevens is a guy I may look to. Nikolai Hogard, he was a soldier this week. He had a rough stretch to his round. He had doubled 16 and then bogeyed 18 coming in as he was even par through the first 15 holes. Kurt, what are you looking at here? +5 to +6 range. Any favorite targets for you down here in this range?
You stole some of my thunder. Core play today, Alex Smalley. I'm going right back to him. Talk about he goes down $100 after shooting an even par in the tougher conditions. Like, come on. The hometown kid narrative, the off the tee narrative, the Smalley at tough courses narrative. Give it all to me. He lets me jam in a lot of the guys. I like it. I think he might have a chance to go even 100 tomorrow, but I'll take it. Honestly, I'll probably take a 1 over. Let's be honest. Give me some birds and a 1 over. I'll take it. Lost much. So down here, I'm maxing it at 1. I want every single lineup to have one guy here, but I have nothing more, just one. So I like Varner. I think he grinds like you all said.
Podrick Harrington. Are you playing him?
Dear God.
Or he's in the next range.
Mr. HGH himself. I'm considering this I'm only playing one guy from here on out, like the rest of the board. Like I need placement points. So this is going to wrap it up for me completely. Tom Hoagie and shit.
Mean Dean?
No.
So like Kurt, you agree though that just pull it up every week. Everyone play like there are people out there that play everyone. These guys are going to get ownership because of just the the leverage factor. It's going to be colder in the morning. The winds are going to be higher. The course is already brutal. It's already brutal. Couldn't you make the case just eliminate a bunch of these guys, or if you're playing a single entry or 3 max?
No, I think big field too. I think you put like.
I like what you're saying though. Limit it to like 1. Create a big group and limit it to just 1. I think that's really sharp.
I forgot one more. I like Denny Putts. He lost. Anytime Denny Putts loses like a stroke and a half putting, I don't care what fucking course we're on. If that guy loses strokes putting, I'm just going to assume that tomorrow he gains it back and has a good round. So I'm shot a +2 today, and he didn't even have the best facet of his game. So Denny McCarthy, I'll add him to the list.
I like that.
Yeah, perfect there. We can kind of round out the rest. Personally, I'm not going to play any of these guys +7 or higher. But if any of you guys have some options down here, I mean, we've got some names down here. I mean, we got Tony Finau +8, JT +10. Phil Mickelson's down here at +10. Taylor Moore's down here. There's some names, but I don't think I'm going to get to any of these guys. Your guy, Podrick Harrington, is down here at +8. AP, any thoughts for you on any of these guys +7 and higher?
I think the best move, no, I don't want to go chasing Tony Finau. I don't like Justin Thomas. No, I don't like these guys want to get done. They want to get done.
Points, you can't commit that much salary with the placement points.
Yeah, but he's going to get some ownership. He's going to get some ownership because people love to play everyone. It's what a lot of people do. Go to Fanny. I do it every Thursday. You got guys playing 67, 70, 80, 90 golfers every week. It's just that's your style. That's your style. But there is just I don't at this course. If you've been watching this course, even if you're looking at the stats, it's very difficult to score. And even in the mornings, it's cold, it's windy,
the afternoon, the better conditions every single day.
Yep, every single day, and it's not changing tomorrow either. So
it can be prime.
Give yourself time. Just X all those guys out, and you don't have to go do yard work. Go make the wife happy. Go play with the kid, and then when the afternoon rolls around, turn the TV on, crack open a beverage, and you're going to be good. And you can root on your Showdown winners. That's an awesome strategy. So I am Snyder. So what was the final range? It was +5 and down.
+7 and down.
+7 and down. Yeah, I can't play any of these guys. Full fade. Entire range is full fade.
Yeah,
we are going to go to. You are going to take us to who we think wins, right? Because I got a nice little narrative.
Yeah, for sure. Kurt, anybody for you +7 and higher? Are you going to force in any of these guys? Or are you with us in the complete fade?
Okay, so I listed the guys I really like, but I built a team this tonight, and I feel like if someone sees this guy in my lineup, and let's say, God forbid, he shoots like 200, like, what the hell you didn't mention on the show? I jammed in a lineup with Brooks, Roy, Scheffler. I'm not going to give away the whole lineup because I don't think we get in trouble. But, yeah, Brooks, Roy, Scheffler. And then I did Lee Hodges with Smalley. The last piece is pretty obvious. Sorry. But, yeah, so I'm playing Lee Hodges in one lineup, but I'm sticking to the guys up top that I said, and only maxing it at one below the 33 range.
Awesome. Yeah, we can get to our winner then. Who do we think wins the event? I'm going with my outright that I had before the event started in Koepka. But AP, who do you think wins tomorrow?
I mean, how can we not love this? Like, this is like, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this, and maybe they are. I mean, it was a pretty busy day for me. We had baseball, 2 baseball slates, MMA. Big T, shout out to you. You got me set up really nice. I told him this morning, I'm like, we always have so much going on the weekends with PGA, with MLB and everything. And I'm pretty like picky with who I choose. I always like to have my own bias and stuff added to it, but like I'm like Big T riding with you, and he's got a set up nice for MMA tonight, which you love to see. But man, like diving into this, if we're going to it, like when you look at how this leaderboard sets up, you got Brooks Koepka up top, live guy. You got DeChambeau in 4th, live guy. You got Scheffler and Rory, who I think are still plenty live. Like, I think there's 7 guys who can win. And actually, no. I think there are – Rory can win. Scheffler can win. Rose, I think, can win. Right? Yeah, so 7 guys. I think the top 7 guys are live to win. Now, Brooks, obviously, the favorite. I just think Rory, man, he's kept – like, what has Rory done? Like, what's his problem been when it's come to majors? He's never like up there towards the end. It's always like, oh, I got to go out and shoot like 7, 8 under to even be in contention. He's now 5 back. His game is okay. Like, he needs to clean up a few things. The thing I'm looking at though is, and we know what does Rory good. Like he's money off the tee. Hits the ball a freaking mile. If he can do that tomorrow, and if he can take driver and just absolutely pound it, find fairways. The guy's irons are dialed. He's gaining almost 2 strokes on approach. The only guy higher than him on approach right now in this top tier is Victor Hovland, who's gaining just over 3 strokes on approach. I like this narrative of in Showdown, and I don't know if he could pull off the win. Maybe he could. It's going to be very difficult. I like this narrative. I think Rory has a 5 under, 6 under type of round in him. He needs a perfect, clean day, but I like Rory tomorrow. I absolutely love him in Showdown formats. Scotty, I can't. The price tag is a little too high. I don't know if I can do it. And then my other plan is I'm gonna create all those rules, and I'm gonna mix and match these other guys. So like my plan in Showdown, get very over on Rory, create some rules. It makes me almost fade Scheffler, but where I have a Rory, Rose, Bryson, where I have a Rory, Connors, Bryson, and I think that's going to be my plan tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that for sure. I think
no, you don't. You hate Rory.
I think Rory's going to have to get to at least 7 under. I think Brooks.
Matter, don't lie to me. You hate Rory, right? Don't you always make fun of me for playing Rory? You're a Rory guy?
I've been on Rory way back when. I was playing Rory over Rahm all last year.
I am Rory. So
sorry.
Yeah.
I just think the winning score is like 7 under. I think Rory can definitely get there. Definitely. That's his wheelhouse. Brooks is just hitting so many good iron shots the last 2 days. I think he's going to play very cautious and have 5 to 6 good looks tomorrow. And I think he makes 3 to 4 of them. Depends on how many bogeys he makes. I'll give him 2 bogeys, 4 birdies tomorrow. I think he shoots 68. And someone's going to have to go and catch him. I think Hovland can catch him. I think Scheffler can catch him. And I think Rory can catch him. Rose, I think Rose is going to need like an outlier around to catch him. But, yeah, Kurt, who do you think wins tomorrow?
Even though he wasn't able to hit a freaking green at all today, I want to be contrarian, so I'll say Big Dick Vic doesn't choke.
Mm-hmm.
I like that call.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
what's funny
It
is
could
Rory
be
before-
Connors.
I didn't
Connors
see
has been a machine. If you
I
take
didn't
away
see
that one mistake he made today, he's been an absolute machine.
God, I don't like it. But I said on 3 shows all week I asked everyone, I said, if I tell you event's over, I tell you nothing else. All I tell you was Victor Hovland gained 0.75 strokes on around the green. What would I tell you he finished up at? So
Did you see how relaxed he looked in his interview too? He's just like sitting back and just like, you know,
he's getting a half a stroke around the green. He gets that 0.25 tomorrow. He's shipping for us.
I like it.
I will say something about Connors. Just looking at the round by round stats. Round 1 he gains 3 strokes putting. Round 2 almost 2 strokes putting. Round 3 when the pressure's more on him, he was break even putting. So those putts get a little more pressure on him. He's kind of tensing up.
I hope he does because I need him to tense up. I loved him coming into the week, and for some reason I didn't get him into my pool. Maybe I should play every golfer in the field.
There you go.
I wouldn't have that problem.
Right on. Hey, look, we can close this out by let's give the play. Let's
Show core. Let's do it.
We can each give one guy for a core piece tomorrow. AP.
We'll put Brooks Koepka in there for Snyder because we know that's who Snyder's on, right? So we can't go my Rory route, right? Or no, Kurt, you go next. Are you because is your play Koepka or who's your play, Snyder?
I mean, if you want to go that route, we can throw in like Smalley at 6-1. That definitely allows the Brooks Rory team pretty easily.
Smalley will be the panel pick. Is that cool with you, AP? The panel pick is Smalley to fit these guys in?
Yeah, we could do that. Let me look him up.
Were
you both? Did you both sign off? So
I think he's a good punt. I think he can make 3 or 4 birdies tomorrow. He made like 3 or 4 today. I think he's a good.
Look, he's off the tee too. His off the tee is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
so he's 6-1. So if you do that, So if you do that, then you're left with 8K. I get behind that.
It opens up a lot. I mean, if he can go out there and make 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, I mean, he's definitely going to pay off his price tag.
So wait, if you go, that means you want to go Rory, right, AP? So I can bring us home.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tempted to do 2 6Ks, but I won't. Let me go Tommy Fleetwood.
I like it.
Yeah, I could sign off on that. What's his price? 85.
I like Fleetwood and Lowry in that range right there at +1. I think both of those guys are.
You can do so much with that bill. I kind of like it because you could have gone Rose over Fleetwood. You could have gone Bryson over Fleetwood. You could have gone Corey Connors over Fleetwood. So that's kind of what I'm talking about with those rules. And then open it up and bring in a Smalley, a Sepp Straka type. I think that's the path. I love it. Just make sure you fade. Like we all agree, like Schauffele, like Morikawa, Finau, like just X those guys out of the pool. Rahm, like you can't play Rahm. You need Rahm to go 500, 600 to pay off his tag. Like
I can't go there
at this course. Like I just don't see it at all. Like could he do it? World number 1? Yeah, he could do it. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you're going to do it. So
I agree. We appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe. It really helps bring these free shows to you guys, especially on the weekends. We had a lot of content going here. We got some MMA winners coming later. PGA Showdown Round 4 tomorrow. I'll have the playbook up here momentarily. I'm going to have, like always, expensive tier, mid-tier, low tier, and then a slate strategy there. When we're going to have core plays on top, I'm going to have golfer notes for every golfer in the playbook there. It's detailed. Player, salary, score, tee time, notes. Everything's going to be in there for you all in one spot. Kurt, any final thoughts from you?
No. It's fun doing a little 3-man with you guys. I'm excited to see how it closes out and get back on my Sunday swagger for Showdown.
Any final thoughts from you, AP?
I mean, I just think if you have the time, set up your rules. Focus on the player, the golfers that are at the top of the leaderboard. Make some big fades. Like I literally might go into Sabre and just say, everyone who is 6 over or worse, I'm fading you because you guys make a good point. Smalley, like there are Sepp Straka, Smalley, they're valued pieces that I like. that are six over or better that you can easily go to fade all the others.
The stats look good too on them. Like, we're not just jamming these. Like their stats look good. Their off the tees look good, which is massive here. So.
Yeah, for sure. If you haven't joined the movement yet, head on over to runpuresports.com. Use that promo code Steiner15, Kurt15, or AP15 for 15% off. Even includes SaberSim, which is top optimizer in the industry, especially for PGA. It's got the name, salary, tee time, score, position, projection, ownership, everything all in one spot. Perfect product for the PGA product. But that's going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate you guys, everybody, for watching. Thanks a lot, and always run pure.